Hey, and welcome to Black Belt in Real Estate. My name is Peter Jimrukovsky, a local real estate agent here in Los Angeles, a Karate World medalist, and just a person that love help people winning in the game of real estate. You're here today probably because you're thinking about selling or you're kind of exploring and thinking about, your life moving forward. And there are a lot of fears with change. And today I just wanted to share with you what the most common fears are that home sellers are facing today. You might feel that you recognize it, or you might have another fear. And if you do, please reach out to me. I'm happy to review all of this one-on-one. Just remember, fears are normal part of change. And it's important that you have somebody or a team of people in your corner that can help you address these things, that are used to these types of fears and know exactly how to handle them. So let's dig right in. If you're thinking about selling or just want to explore, here are some of those fears. The first is market uncertainty. This is recorded. I'm forgetting the date. I'm a new father, so please forgive me. It's February 5th of 2024. 2023 was kind of a slower year in real estate if we compare to the pandemic years, which was kind of crazy as far as, you put a home on the market, it was sold in, 3 minutes. 2023, we had to work a little bit harder. We didn't see those crazy sales, but home values for the most part in Los Angeles went up slightly. So markets uncertainty, it's a big thing. This year, I mean, rates have come down a little bit. Most likely, they might come down a little bit more. We do have an election year. There's little inventory. Like all of these questions that you might have gets you confused. And I don't blame you. Before I did real estate, before I studied this every day, I didn't really know what to think. And that being said, every local market is different. I recently sold a home in Playa Vista, a single family home, right before the holidays. Very bad timing, but it was the only single family home available. So of course we got an amazing price for it. That, with my marketing, with my hard work, just made the seller very happy. But that was a very hyper local, so it varies, and you need to talk to a professional about that. Pricing the home incorrectly. Pricing the home incorrectly, in my opinion, could be one of the biggest mistakes you could do as a home seller. So it's a real fear. I've seen it happen when, you know, uh, some sellers, they look at their home and see all the comparables, but for some reason they feel that their home is worth more. And I don't blame them. I'm the same way with my home. I look at the comps and say, no, my home is better because I did this and I changed the outlets and I did all these things. And that might be true, but in reality, when we do the comparables, we have to look at what has sold, how's the inventory right now, how is the overall market, and how can we price your property to attract the most amount of buyers. If you want to game plan on that, please reach out to me. Again, experience matters here. And when I say experience, it's not that you don't have to hire an agent who's worked for 20 years, but you have to hire somebody that knows what they're doing and that are selling a lot of homes at a successful rate. Timing the sale. There's seasons. When is the best time to list a home? Typically, it's the spring, but LA is different and COVID was different. Your area might be different. We have an election year coming up this year. So timing of the sale is very important, and we have to look at, market conditions and the past data in order to decide that. Home inspection surprises. I meet a lot of sellers that, they've been in their home for a long time and they don't know what can come up, and that scares them a lot. And there's many ways to overcome that. And again, I don't want to go in depth. If you want to know, please connect with me. But there are many ways to keep you safe during a transaction and avoid home inspection surprises. And one of those things is to have multiple offers to attract and do good marketing on your property. So the buyer is willing to take on whatever costs of repairs that might come up. Financial loss. I mean, there were some people that paid a little bit too much during COVID just to get it into a home in an in an area that might have depreciated a little bit, or the house was just not that good. And I understand that it's, nobody wants to lose money. But let's look at what it is. Sometimes if you have a home, for example, that doesn't have the best floor plan, sometimes there's ways around that you can work on, and you can highlight the things that are great with your home and market those things. Um, you have to sell the strawberries you have, and that goes back to a story from a hotel mogul in Norway. And when he was a young kid, his father had a grocery store, and he was selling strawberries at the local market, and the next door vendor had much better strawberries. And so he went to his dad and said, hey, why can't we have better strawberries? And his father said, you have to sell the strawberries you have. It's about how you market things. And that's something that working with the right agent can make a tremendous difference. Dealing with showings. Like if you value privacy, if you live in your home, if you have 3 kids and there's toys everywhere, how do you deal with showings in a way that is non-invasive but still attracts the most amount of buyers? That's a strategy. That's something that you want to talk to your agent about. Are they going to have just a lockbox and let anybody see your home at any time? Or is the agent going to come there and actually present and sell your property because that's what you're paying them for? That's just a couple of things that I'm thinking about. Negotiating offers. Like how good is your agent at negotiating offers? I know for a fact when I negotiate, most of the time I win for my clients because I've done this over and over again, and I've negotiated all my life, and I know how you can do it in a way where everybody feels like winners, especially my clients. Legal and contractual issues. That's something that everybody's concerned about, and there's many ways of overcoming that. And first of it is transparency. If you're working with somebody that is fully transparent and can advise you on every question you have as far as the disclosures and so forth, that would be a great agent to have. Work with an agent who have a legal team behind. So if you have some questions that the agents are not allowed or can't answer, the legal team can help you with that, just to make sure that once your house is sold, you did everything correct and can relax. Again, that comes with working with the right team. Stress of the closing process. That's normal. And, when you do big moves in life, there's going to be stress. But from my experience and what I've noticed is if you work with people that care about you, that you trust, stress will be less and you will feel much more comfortable. It's also about communication. How well and how often do you communicate? And what do you expect? Emotional attachment. That's another big one. It's your home at the end of the day. Of course, how much money you're gonna get at the end of the day, it's very important, but it's also your home, and you have so many memories there. And if it's a trust sale or if something has happened, it's important to work with somebody that can do it in your pace, and it's not going to push you or rush you because it might be a sensitive situation. So that's a real fear. Unexpected costs. That's another thing. We talk about transparency. When you interview a couple of agents, have them share all the costs and ask them if there's anything I'm missing, such as closing costs, for example. Home appraisal concerns. If you work with a great team like us and that we break records over and over again, you might be concerned, what if the property doesn't appraise? And there's many ways around that. If you have multiple offers, you can ask the buyers to remove the appraisal contingency. If you have a great agent, they know how to approach an appraisal just like a showing, share comps, and make sure that they do everything in their power to make the property appraised. The perceived invasion of privacy. I think this is a big one, especially if you're private like me. and you love your home, then you're kind of worried that people are gonna look in your drawers or open your kitchen cabinets, or you know go to your bathroom and do things you don't feel like. So I get it, and there's ways around that as well. How is the sale going to impact your lifestyle? Like, where is your next home? Where are you going? What's going to happen? uh, there's a lot of fears you can face as a home seller. And I didn't mean to scare you. It's also an exciting process, especially if you live in Los Angeles, because most likely you have gained so much equity, and it's going to help you to your next move if it's, out of country, out of state, if you're staying in LA. There's many exciting things. And one thing that I really want to share with you, you should reach out to somebody that feels good to you. Look at their reviews, look them up online, ask, for referrals, and then meet with them and build a strategy, meet with a couple of people and see which one could actually help you. Um, and I'm happy to review any of these concerns and share how I have been able to overcome them time and time again. Uh, for me, something that I love. I have a motto: the more you help others, the happier you are. So I just want to say thank you for listening to this show. If you found value in it, please share it with somebody, and I hope we connect soon.